Listening to Postmodern Jukebox today. You say you want it up, you can see if you make up your mind. We have the King of Cups in the reverse. I'm sorry I'm yelling, but I have the music on and I want to make sure I'm loud enough. So with the King of Cups in the reverse, one of two things. Either this is somebody who is shut off from their emotions and they're a cold-hearted son of a bitch, or it's somebody who has a hard time expressing theirs, like because they're just so far buried down. But it could be a combination of the two things. It could be the latter, but that could have turned them into a cold-hearted son of a bitch. I don't know. Knight of Wands. So this is somebody who's not comfortable expressing their emotions, but they are comfortable, like, what they lack for in emotions, they make up for in their sexuality. Dang. You are a badass being full of life, love, and possibilities. Through this deck, may you find a path to your best self. Three of Swords in reverse. So with this King of Cups being in the reverse and their main motive being able to communicate, being sexual, I feel like there's been a lot of hurt feelings involved due to third-party situations that are also part of this energy. This is somebody who runs from their feelings, runs from their emotions, but they dibble and dabble here and there and everywhere else. But it seems like there's some kind of alignment that needs to take place with this Three of Swords in reverse. It's like whatever hurt feelings there are misplaced themselves. Like if you're hurting because of somebody else's actions that they do because of whatever reasons that they do it. We're not going to go into that right now. But it's like if you're hurting, that hurt may be misplaced because that may not be their intention to do so, but it's your perception of it that it's a slight towards you that is causing you the pain. Right? It's not about what this person does. It's about how you take it. So why are you taking it that way? It may feel obvious as to why you're taking it that way, but I feel like if you know this is who this person is, then how can it hurt you? It's nothing new. It's been that way for all my time. And so maybe some of you are dealing with somebody who is, in some cases there may be a misconception with someone, but some people may be dealing with somebody who seems like they're really a heartless bastard. And maybe they are purposefully like going after you. But it just seems like there's this higher calling to forgive. And that doesn't mean let them get by with it, that they suffer no consequences. It means you don't hold on to it. Like, how somebody feels about you or how they don't feel about you has nothing, it's like none of your business. It has nothing to do with you. Like, you can't help how somebody feels or how they don't feel. So why would you internalize that and take that within yourself and therefore make it something that you have to heal from? And I feel like that sounds heartless of me to say. Obviously, if somebody has no emotions for you whatsoever, that's going to be hurtful, but that's your own fault if it's hurtful. If you know this is somebody who has no emotions, then that's your fault, right? That's your fault for believing that they would change or have some capability to do so. And even if they do have the capacity to do so, they have to do that on their own time, not because your feelings are hurt. Two of Swords. At the end of the day, it's your choice and your decision what you choose to put up with, what you choose to deal with. Once you know who somebody is, then you can sit there and revel in that energy of whatever it is that they're doing, whatever it is that they're projecting on you, or however it is that you feel about it. Or you can just mind your business and move on and move forward. Five of Cups. Yeah. You may have to bid some connections adieu. You may have to just say goodbye to them. And it's not going to feel good. It's going to hurt. You're going to be a little bit sad. Now, when this song first came on, she said something about worship at a funeral or going to a funeral. Take me to church. I'll tell you my sins so you can sharpen your knife. Offer me that doubtless death. Good God, let me give you my life. And I was getting ready to say, you may end up actually mourning somebody's. That's on a side note. I don't feel like maybe this is the main character, but possibly. Good God, let me give you my life. And I'm a pagan in the good times. But this could be more metaphoric too. There could be an actual death somewhere out here floating around, but there could be the death and ending to the way a person is or who a person is, like transformational. Like, I went to bed one person and I woke up a whole new person the next day. Whether this is you or the other person. But I feel like it might be you. Take me to church. I feel like you may just need to put something to bed, put it to rest, have your little morning, and then wake up fresh as a daisy the next day and take a new path. Don't keep dwelling on anything in your life, because dwelling on anything in your life is holding you back. When you're thinking about how somebody has treated you, how they feel about you or how they don't feel about you, that's really none of your business. Whatever they did, they did. Even if they did something to you. Whatever they did, they did. And thinking about it every day, day in and day out, is not going to change a fucking thing. So the best thing that you can do is not let the thought of them control your movement or your lack of movement. Put it behind you. Let that old shit go. And I feel like it might be hard for some of you to let old shit go because there were emotions tied to it at one point. You really had feelings or some kind of relationship or some kind of care, some kind of connection. You thought at the end of the day you could at least be friends. But if that's not going to happen, that's not going to happen. If it can, cool, that's great. But if it hasn't happened thus far, bye. Because this is somebody who's focusing on everything that they've lost, everything that was wasted. But there's still more out there for them. There's still something else out there for them. Real genuine connections. 8 of Wands. And I feel like almost as soon as you realize I'm getting this slap your hand, like, just leave this whole fucking situation alone with this King of Cups in the reverse. Leave the whole fucking situation alone with it. Physically, emotionally, mentally, just move forward. Mourn it, get over it, move on. Sorry, I know it's not that easy and it sounds harsh, but that's just all I'm getting from it. But as soon as you fucking do that, as soon as you do, there's going to be some kind of communication coming in, some kind of message coming in. And for some people, like the last thing I said was about genuine connections. So it could be some kind of genuine connection coming in, but this could be some kind of news. He says, is it too late now to say sorry? Is it too late now to say sorry? Yeah, I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say sorry now? So for some of you, like, I would hate to get you pulled back into a cycle, but as soon as you let somebody go, like, for real, let them go, like, for real, like, not responding, not participating, not having any kind of back and forth, as soon as you're like, fuck it, it's too late to say sorry now. And maybe this is not something that's in the future. Maybe for some of you, this is something that's already occurred. Maybe there was somebody that you had, you know, you just washed your hands of them. But about the time you did, and about the time that it hit them, that they realized that you was walking away from them, that you were washing your hands of the situation, about the time they realized that, that's whenever they felt the loss. They felt the loss themselves. Regret, remorse, even if it was internalized and unexpressed. And they want to know, is it too late now to say I'm sorry? Is it too late now to say sorry? 'Cause I'm really more than just your body. 7 of Pentacles. Too late now to say sorry. 'Cause I know that I let you down. Is it too late to say I'm sorry now? I'm not just trying to get you back on me. I'm not just trying to get you back on me. Look, the 7 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. It makes me feel like somebody has had some kind of plan that they know is going to take some time to see any growth come from it, and they know that they have to start off small. They know that they have to have some kind of an apology that accompanies whatever this is, and they know it's going to be a process. Like, the apology is going to be the seed. They know they can't get anywhere without it. They have to have it. It's too late to say I'm sorry. But it's almost to a point where, it should be easy for people, but it's almost like this apology is hard for this person to say. like it's really hard for this person to come forward with some kind of an apology. But it's almost like they feel like if they are able to do it, which I feel like they are planning on doing it, with that Eight of Wands just coming out of nowhere, out of left field, that they feel like it's going to be worth it because they have some kind of long-term investment or involvement that they want to have with you, that they want to be fruitful. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody that you ghosted, cut off, are in disconnection from, somebody that you left behind or they left you behind, they want to come back in. They're feeling like they're on the outside looking in, and everybody's in this, warm, cozy family environment, and they're outside freezing in the cold, like wishing that they could know what that feels like, to have that kind of warmth and comfort. Take me to the dreamer's ball. So this is something where in their normal day-to-day life, they may just fantasize about that, and then it's not a major fantasy, it's just a very simple thing, like sitting in a living room with people that love them. Ace of Swords, Judgment in the reverse. This person feels like that you have made a final judgment, and that is your truth, and it's your right, and that is just what it is. They feel like you already rejected them.
I like it.
They feel like you've set a firm boundary. And Four of Wands in the reverse, that you don't want them to be a part of your home or your household. Queen of Swords, but they understand why you made that choice and that decision. Like I said, they are aware with the Ace of Swords that this is your truth, and that you're placing firm boundaries based off of some kind of experience that you've had. They know that you're being wise, or they see how you are being, or trying to be, so they're not holding it against you, but dang, they wish it was different. And they don't even see you as being a bitch anymore. Like, I feel like if they did at one point, they no longer do, because they understand why you feel the way that you feel. They understand why. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Because you're somebody who needs things to be stable. You need things to be stable, and there's somebody who's been unreliable. There's somebody who has been disruptive. There's somebody that you can't seem to count on. And with the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, there's somebody who, like, it never changes. It's the same repeated patterns. And it makes me also feel like, in regards to whatever is going on here, that there may have been some incident that just seemed like a turn of bad luck. That there were other extenuating circumstances going on besides your connection or besides your relationship. There were other extenuating circumstances that went on that affected those current conditions between y'all. But it was just kind of like, I don't know, bad timing. Like I'm saying, just a turn of bad luck. It's like a feeling of if things could only have been different under different circumstances. Like, under different circumstances, if my circumstances were different outside of this, I might not have made the choice that I made, or reacted the way that I reacted, or done or did what I did. Four of Pentacles. And the World card. Now, when the World card came out, it was immediately in the reverse, but then like immediately flipped in the upright. So this makes me feel like somebody who incessantly holds a lot within themselves. They hold a lot within themselves, like emotionally speaking. They keep it inside of their body. They don't release it out of their body. They don't share it with anybody. They keep it inward. And to deflect from keeping things inside, like, kind of like they don't have any outlet for their emotions, so what they do instead is they work. They work or they focus on money. Well, they focus on material things and stuff. And I don't know what this means, but I'm just going to say it. But it's like the body is a personal experience for them. Like their own body. But it's like they have been in the past unable to get out of this whole. It's just really somebody who really just is in within themselves and in their own perception of things. They don't want to share their emotions or experiences with anybody. They take full ownership of what's going on within them, and it's theirs, it's their business. And I feel like they almost get mad if anybody tries to pry or get inside of them. They almost get mad, they almost get irritated. It's like, this is mine. And if anybody tries to, like, I feel like get to know them. It's weird to say, but I'm feeling like get to know their body. If anybody tries to get to know them, get to know their body, get within their personal space, their bubble, like there's a certain distance that they want people to keep from them, physically and emotionally. And if anybody tries to do that, they're going to see it as a breach. Like when there's two countries next to each other and they have their clear borders, when one country, knowing dang well knows that there's a border, tries to breach the line, the other country is going to take that as an attack, an offense. They want you to keep your space and I'll keep my space. Okay, Canada? Dancing with somebody. Anyway, but that's been their energy in the past. And I don't know what is changing, and I don't even feel like it's going to change overnight. But it makes me feel like, because this was in the reverse and then it popped up, I feel like they know that there's some kind of, if they want to show up and say sorry, they know that there's going to be some kind of immediate shift with that. They're going to have to let somebody on the inside. They're going to have to let somebody within the walls. Like, they got these walls up. And in order to come through with some kind of apology, because they just really don't want someone to kick them to the curb or to walk away from them or whatever it is, they're going to have to let somebody within the walls. And so this is a cycle that is coming to an end. And it feels like a breakthrough. Like, once they can do that, it's just going to be like a major breakthrough.
She says not for me, gonna die.
Before I even hit the video record button, I was feeling like teary-eyed, like emotional a little bit, like I want to cry. But I don't think it's my emotions. I think it's this person who has a lot to change within themselves so that they can open up and communicate and not lose a connection. That King of Cups in the reverse, it was somebody who was emotionally blocked. And like I said, this is going to be a breakthrough, a dam bursting, and I don't know, like I feel a little bit anxious, and I feel a little bit scared, and I feel a little bit sad, and I feel a little bit relieved, because I feel like this is something that person needs. I feel like it's scary for them because they don't want to be vulnerable. Maybe they were vulnerable in the past, or maybe they were never ever allowed to or to be able to. Maybe it bit them in the ass whenever they did before, or maybe they just don't know how. But for some reason, they're a little bit scared and they're a little bit nervous about opening up and letting someone within the walls. It's frightening, I feel like they have a lot of anxiety about it. But at the same time, it's also doing something kind of beautiful inside of them. Because where they were emotionally blocked, it's like I'm seeing like a vein with a clot or a clog, and the clot or the clog just, it loosens and it flows, and it's kind of like somebody's been so stopped up emotionally that they literally were starting to like stop feeling, and other things were dying because of that. Like if there's a part of your body that doesn't get blood circulation, it gets cold and it just dies off. And I feel like it's scary, but it's also a beautiful thing because they're beginning to feel emotions also that they haven't felt for a long time. Which they may be like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? Like, what is this? Like, they know what that is. But it's just not like them. It's not like me to have a feeling. It's not like me to cry. It's not like me to care. And there's some part of them that feels like they need to shove it back down, but there's also a part of them that knows that they need this, that they need to release, they need to let something out. And I feel like even if it's not with you or with somebody else, they know, like, even if they're by themselves doing it, they know that it needs to occur. And I feel like whenever that's happening, it's scary because they're big emotions and they're big feelings and they haven't dealt with them for so long. But it's also a relief because maybe they thought that something was wrong with them. And it's like a shock. It's a shock. It's a relief. It's a relief that they can feel. I'm only human. Flesh and blood. This is somebody who felt like they were a robot or a monster. But I'm getting more like robot. And then I also feel like they're sad too because now that they've made this huge realization, now that they know that they have feelings, now that they're able to, even if it's just a trickle, now that they're able to let them out, even if it's just a trickle by themselves, Now they're sad too because what do they do about it? How do they fix it? Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Page of Wands. She just said, I forgive you. This is you. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Somebody who's feeling unsteady or unstable yourself. And I'm not talking about like financially, I'm talking about like secure or comfortable in regards to them or in regards to the situation. You're just not really on steady ground with it. You don't really know what to do about it. That song, I'm feeling a little bit unsteady. It's kind of like that. Maybe you're not completely emotionally wrecked, but maybe you just don't know what to think about it. You don't know, like you're teetering. You're teetering. But this is somebody who knows that they need to take some steps towards you. They feel like some kind of steps towards you is a whole new direction. It's a whole new path. But they feel like they need to write some things. Because they feel like with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse that they are the reason, or they are responsible, or that they could have done something different in order for you to not be in the reverse, in order for you to be, you know, steady, stable, comfortable, at peace. So with the Page of Wands too, this once again could be some kind of communication or some kind of message coming in, where somebody's like waving the white flag, like don't shoot. Five of Swords in the reverse. Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Somebody's wanting to end some conflict between you guys. They want to end some conflict between you, because it seems like with either their own personal situation or with yours, that whatever they've been doing, whatever conflict had been going on between you, is not getting you anywhere. It's not getting anybody anywhere. It seems like it's like a huge crossroads type energy for both people involved, because it's like, alright, this is the moment. Either we address it or we just part ways. And it seems like both parties don't really know what the other one wants to do. Like, it feels like to me, like on your instance, you feel like things are not changing or things have stayed the same, and that you just need to choose to walk away or leave it alone. You need to choose yourself. Because you can't, like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink type deal. Like, no matter how much you show up for them, you can't make them do right. You can't make them be responsible. You can't make them show up, like. So you feel like, I need to just walk forward and not worry about this. I just need to keep it pushing. I just need to move on. And then you have that other person over here too, thinking the same thing, like not really wanting to, but feeling like they have no choice because you've already made your decision. And they understand why you have. And I feel like both people are like right here. Both people are like this. Both people are sad. Both people are reflecting. Grieving something that was lost. But nobody's speaking up and saying anything yet. Because you're already in the mindset and the mode of, well, I just gotta pick up and keep it moving. I gotta move forward. But like I said, this other person, when they really realized that, yeah, you was moving forward, that's whenever it hit them that they didn't really want you to. They didn't want to be left behind. But they're struggling opening up because I don't want to say it's just like a throat chakra thing, because it's not. It's not as simple as that. It's like they just have other insecurities or things or feelings that keep them from already letting people inside, from being vulnerable, from sharing anything, from acting like they give a damn. They already have these issues, and it's gonna to keep you from just like they can see you walking away, and to keep you staying, it's gonna take them risking that all and opening up in order to stop you. Like they're gonna have, like you've turned around and you're walking away, and they're gonna have to speak up or say something in order to stop you, or you're not gonna hear nothing because you're not turning around. But will they speak up? Because they feel like you've already made your decision. I'm just coming by to let you know, we'll never say it on the phone, but I'll never let you go. So somebody, either this has happened or this will happen, that somebody just shows up at somebody's door because they feel like they can't say it on the phone. Queen of Pentacles. I was just sitting here thinking in my head, like, this is going to be my last card. This is going to be my last pull. And this puts my mind at ease because this tells me that there is going to be something that's going to put your mind at ease. You're going to find peace. You're going to be steady. Whether or not they pop by, give that apology, open up, be vulnerable, say something to you, it's going to right things. You're going to feel safe. I feel like whatever it is that they say or whatever it is that they communicate, I feel like there will be such a level of vulnerability that you'll be able to trust it. And if they don't end up opening up, or you end up deciding to not let them in, you're still going to be okay because you're prioritizing yourself. But I really feel like, they say, you really got me going, you got me so I can't sleep at night. I really feel like if they take the time to speak, to be vulnerable, to show up, you will listen. And if somebody else can speak up and you can possibly listen and y'all can meet each other in the middle, you really got me. You'll understand each other. You'll come to an understanding, and it won't be so unsteady. And that's all I've got. I always want to be by your side.